Welcome to the Unlocking Senior Resources podcast by Leave the Key. I'm Larry Wagner, and I've spent 30 years working with seniors, where I was a certified senior advisor, and the last 15 years in the home buying industry as a certified senior transition specialist, where I specialize in dealing with seniors going through a transition in their lives. This podcast is for seniors, those with seniors they love, and people who work in the senior community. In each episode, we bring on a guest who works to improve the lives of seniors. This podcast is your key to unlocking senior resources. Welcome. Today we're here with Janice Thorn from Personal QR. Welcome, Janice.
Thank you.
So you're a different kind of guest because you're a product guest. I've never had a product guest before.
Okay.
And you have a product that's very appropriate for our audience.
Okay.
For seniors and so on. And it turns out for pets, which is, I don't think dogs watch the show very often, but owners of dogs do.
Okay.
There you go. So with that in mind, tell us a little bit about you, and then let's talk about your product.
Okay. So I'm going to start by telling you a little bit. And the product is called Personal QR or PQR. I'll refer to it a lot as PQR.
Right.
And it is a product that I developed a little over 2 years ago when my daughter decided, she's actually in school for 3 years now, but she decided that she wanted to go to college 2,500 miles away. She's an only child, and I just was very nervous about the distance and started to think after she relocated to Arizona, what would happen if, God forbid, someone needed to get in touch with me in an emergency? No one there knows me. And that could happen, 5 minutes from home as well.
That's true.
It just made me start to think, what would happen? So PQR is wearable ID. That is very easy to wear, very lightweight. You're wearing a PQR bracelet right now. It could be worn as a bracelet. It could be a clothing label. It can be a tag. It can be an iron-on transfer that is going to be scannable with any smartphone and show anyone who's trying to help someone who's lost or confused to find their way home. It's showing them emergency contact information, any relevant medical information. It could be medicines, allergies, and of course their emergency contacts, a spouse, a partner, a parent.
I remember my cousin was diabetic, and she would wear the little metal medic alert bracelet.
Yes.
Which has very limited information on that.
Yes.
It has like 2 or 3 lines of information. That was it.
Right.
So this includes way more information than that.
Yes. I would love to demonstrate that at some point today.
Okay.
But the medical bracelet is really giving your information on the outside of the bracelet. And it's might just say diabetic, hypertension, anything, heart related. This is more discreet. It's not telling anyone anything unless it's scanned. It is scannable, as I had said, from any smartphone device, and it will give your picture. It's going to display your QR code, which is we'll talk about in 1 second. But it's also going to give, like I said, allergy, medication, and then, of course, your emergency contact information. The QR code that shows on that screen is something that you can download. You don't have to just use it on my bracelet. You can download that and put it on. You can print it from home yourself.
Right.
You can do anything you like with it.
That's very interesting. I'll mount it on the side of my car.
So you want people to have your emergency contact information while
put
they're
my
driving?
company name on it. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
That's what I'll do. So we were talking about this before we turned the cameras on, and it was fascinating. But also, I want to brag for you.
Okay.
You won an award last year.
I did.
So I'll let you brag about yourself, but I'm asking you to do so it's not bragging.
So the Gerontology Professionals of New York recognized me with a merit scholarship for innovation in helping our geriatric population. And although I did develop this idea because of my daughter, it is really relevant. You had talked about seniors, but it's really good for children, young children. I talked with you a little bit earlier about that when my daughter was very young, she went to a very large camp, and we would drop her off every day, and she would run out with these other kids her age. And at that time too, I'm thinking, wow, this is a big campus, and she's kind of out there. So seniors, children, people that are nonverbal, there's a lot going on in the world. And sometimes people can't communicate for themselves.
And being a grandparent of a nonverbal granddaughter, we talked about this. It hits home.
Yes.
It hits home. And having elderly in-laws, they happen to be in independent living right now, so they are sort of contained and they don't really go out.
Okay.
But if they were to go, they can't just walk out the door so readily without someone knowing.
Okay.
But if they were living at home, it's so easy to get up and go, or have a 97-year-old drive a car, get into an accident.
And that is a very, very
Yes.
real, it's a reality. It's not even
Right.
that it's a possibility, but it happens every day.
Every
I had
day.
told you a story when I first got here, that when I was developing the website, and I really had no idea how to do this. So I was reaching out to find professionals that could help me. I spoke with a woman who lived in California. I connected with her through an advertisement, and she was asking me about the business. What am I trying to do? And when I told her, she said, "Where were you when my mom was alive?"
Right.
And she continued to tell me that her mom had dementia. She got into the car. She drove across state lines. I don't know what that means. I guess she either went to New Mexico or Arizona, Nevada. She parked the car. She got lost. She didn't know who she was. And the authorities picked her up and institutionalized her as a Jane Doe for 2 months.
That's
And
mind-blowing. 2 months.
the daughter had no idea where her mother was. No one in that state knew who the mother was. And she looked, but
Right.
where do you start?
What is the daughter going through for those 2 months? I can't fathom.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
she volunteered that story. They
Yes.
ultimately, obviously, they located her mom because someone realized that the car had been parked for probably 6 weeks in one spot, and they researched the registration back to the property where the mother lived,
Right.
and then they got in touch with the daughter. But
Right.
it's real. It's very real. Children, even children, if there's not a situation where they're nonverbal,
Right.
they might be separated
Right.
from their group or their family, and they're nervous, and they're told not to speak to strangers. And it's so just this little scan
Right.
tells a whole
Yep.
story. And my tagline, one of my taglines is that PQR is how found gets home. It's not locating anyone. I've had that question a lot. It's not a locator. It's not a GPS. It's
Right.
not an air tag.
Right. I can't find you if you're lost.
Correct.
Right.
But
Right.
if someone is found,
Right.
again, it's a very real
Right.
situation.
Right.
This scan will help them to get home.
Right. It's a fascinating concept because there's other technologies that don't do what this does.
Yes.
And we talked about that as well, like the dog chips.
Yes.
They just tell who the owner is.
Correct.
If the dog is hit by a car, you have no idea what medical issues the dog may have.
Correct.
Just like a person hit by a car.
Exactly.
So not only is it for pets, you think, my parent has dementia, it's perfect. But how about your parent, period? How about your sibling? Anybody of any age can get into a car accident
Absolutely.
and be unconscious.
Yes,
So this opens the world up to every single human being.
it does.
And apparently animal as
Animals
well.
as well. I have a in the ring on my
Right.
home, and I'm part of the ring neighborhood. And
Right.
every day, people will post, "I found this lovely dog. Does
Right.
anybody recognize it?"
Right.
And it makes me a little bit, I shake my head and I'm like, well, if it just had a PQR code on
Right.
its collar, and I have silent dog tags. So it just rests on the collar, so it's not going to jingle.
Right.
And it's scannable.
Oh, a silent dog tag. I
A
didn't know what that
silent
meant.
dog tag, so
Okay,
they
yes.
can wear it, and you're not going to have that crazy
Right.
jingle.
Right.
So they can. Did you?
There
let
you
me
go.
see what I'm
Yep,
doing?
that's showing up.
Okay.
Yep. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, and that's the same thing. So this does what this does.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go. Very interesting.
Yeah. That one's not engraved yet. So your bracelet is
Right.
engraved. It's not going to wear
Right.
off. It's not a sticker. You
Right.
can print a sticker from your
right.
profile, but that's engraved. It's not
I
wearing off.
didn't realize it was
It
three-dimensional.
is. It is, and the bracelet's cloth. It's. I mean, it's very lightweight. You're wearing it.
Oh, no,
I
don't-
shower with them. They dry. It's just
Right.
cloth. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even know it was on. I forgot about it.
Yeah. I do.
And thank you. So now they can find me.
You're welcome.
I'm going to
And-
experiment and go somewhere, see if my wife finds. Well, she can't find
Well,
me.
she
I have to-
can't
Right. So
locate you.
I'll just pretend I don't know where I am. There you
Go
go.
someplace and lay on the ground.
Lay on the ground. Lay on the ground. And see if someone does this. If someone scans me. So this is going to become, over time, this concept's going to become more popular. When people started microchipping dogs,
Right.
it was new at some point, and said, how is someone going to know my dog is microchipped?
Right.
Whereas people now assume a dog is microchipped.
Correct.
When they see this, the question is, how will they know? How will first responders know to scan this if this is something new?
Okay, so that's a great question that I get that question all the time. First responders don't know to
Right.
scan that yet. We need to get the word out, which is why one of the reasons why I really appreciate being here today, because we need to get the word out.
Right.
I hope that PQR will become a household name.
Right.
But first responders are trained to look for medical jewelry.
Right.
So I would like to think, I don't want to think that you're laying on the ground somewhere,
Right.
but if someone happens upon you, Larry, and you're laying on the ground and they see it says scan if found.
I'm just going to say that,
and they scan you, or they scan your bracelet, they'll know what they need to know.
If it's a scan, when you're wearing something like this, and there's also a medical symbol on it.
Correct.
So people, this looks
A little
decorative,
medical,
but a little bit medical. So they should know. And then the fact that it says scan if found, and if they're looking for something, the way they would look for those medical bracelets.
They'll see this on your wrist.
They'll see this on my wrist, and they'll say, hey, this is something.
Right.
I'm not wearing this because I'm choosing to wear this as fashion.
Right.
This is obviously practical.
Although it is fashionable.
It's fashionable, absolutely. And they'll become even more fashionable.
They
so many
will.
other ideas you have,
They
so
will.
that's very cool. So, and you said the bands are replaceable.
The bands are, we would replace it. I'd have to engrave a new one. It will wear off if you're wearing it every day. Not wear off, but it will need to be replaced. But
Correct.
They're well priced. So
Yes, and this is very nice and it's very comfortable. So now we're determined this is for everybody.
It is.
And pets.
Correct.
Okay.
So I want to go back because you started to talk about the chipping.
Yes.
This is actually one of my dog's collars, and she is microchipped. She's 4 years old. I had her chipped 4 years ago. If an animal is found and there is no ID, you need to take that pet somewhere where there's a chip reader.
Right.
To see if they might not have a chip, but you won't know that until you take them to the vet or the shelter or whoever might have a reader.
Right.
This is scannable from any smartphone, so it eliminates that step in finding that animal's home.
Absolutely. Oh no, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Thank you.
I like the fact that it's a 365-day forever product.
Correct.
You don't have to think about it.
Right.
They say set it and forget it.
Exactly.
Or in this case, wear it and forget it.
But the website is dynamic. Your profile is dynamic, just like you are.
There you go.
You can sign in every day if you're traveling out of the country. If your emergency contact is taking an extended vacation, and it's more important for someone else to be reached in the event of an emergency, you can change that on the website every day. You can change the information on your website.
So that's fascinating. This product is very cool. When I saw it when you were given the award, I said, this is brilliant. I mean,
Thank you.
It's so simple. It's so logical. It's got literally universal appeal. I don't want to say universal need.
Yes.
That's better than appeal.
I really feel so strongly, and I have this struggle right now because I had said this to you earlier as well. People our age think that we don't need this.
Right.
But anyone can have an accident, can fall. It can happen to anyone.
Oh, have a medical issue.
Absolutely.
You don't need an accident. You
Exactly.
could have a stroke. Just lost a friend to a stroke.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So it could be anything. Absolutely. I'm dumbfounded. My mind's reeling in 1,000 places. But you have some displays here. Let's show the different, how pretty this can be and what options people have.
Thank you so much. So we can do any color at all. So these are just the colors that I thought were relevant, a good place to jump off.
Right.
This is just a sticker, but this would be engraved, obviously.
Right.
I don't know if you can see what I'm holding up here. Yep. We can co-brand these. So if you decided that you wanted a large quantity of Leave the Key co-branded bracelets, we would have PQR and your logo alongside. So it's a great enterprise solution for large groups. I can see this with schools. I have a friend who's a school teacher, and she told me that there are so many red boxes on the smart boards these days. I'm not a teacher. I don't really know what that means, but she said that means the student has a medical problem. And instead of wondering, if something happens on the playground, what do we do? That child can be wearing something that's co-branded with the school. It could be the school's logo and every student, or team spirit. So my daughter went to a school whose colors was red and white. So they could have it co-branded with their school name. It's part of team spirit, the school spirit. And it would have their information on it. Personal QR is a simple, wearable identification tool designed for everyday safety. It comes in the form of a lightweight cloth bracelet, label, or tag with a personal QR code. When scanned with any smartphone, It instantly displays the information you choose to share. Most importantly, who to contact and what's helpful to know if someone can't communicate clearly due to a cognitive impairment, medical event, anxiety, language barrier, or simply being separated. No app required. The goal is simple: reduce delay, reduce confusion, and connect the right people quickly. Why it matters? In stressful moments, minutes count. PQR helps ensure the right information reaches the right person so founds can get home. Getting started is easy. Subscribe at www.personal-qr.com.
My granddaughter goes to the cerebral palsy school. So everybody there has every student, there is medical issues. And now, will they have information in their file?
Right.
To actually have it on the person
Correct.
seems better.
Right.
Which is actually very interesting.
So if they took an off-site,
Right.
if they took a trip off-site,
Yes.
do they have to bring a file for every single student on the
Right.
bus?
Right. They've never been off. So she's 3.5 years old. She's
okay.
new. But that
Okay.
school goes from 3 to 21.
Okay.
So I'm sure they do off-site trips for these kids, these
So
students.
this wouldn't replace that documentation. I'm sure they would still need to bring everything, but wouldn't it just be so much easier to have the relevant information
Yes.
on that person?
On the person. And so
Right.
something happens and they call EMT, whatever, they come, they do this,
Right.
and it's right there instead of
Right.
going to the office, getting the file.
And it
Or-
could be something as simple as, and I'm not downplaying
Right.
food allergies.
Oh, those
peanut
are
allergy.
serious.
No, but I'm saying
Yeah.
if they're not sure what's wrong,
Yeah.
it could be that they were exposed to an allergen. And
Correct.
it would be helpful for everyone to know that on their wrist.
Or I can see nursing homes
Yes.
having these for each of their residents.
Yes.
Hospitals can give them out just to their employees let alone their people who are there longer term, but to their employees as a promo even for the hospital because they're wearing it, sort of
Yes.
marking the hospital and benefit the employee.
Right.
There seems to be so many, as you said, branding uses for this.
Yes.
Um,
And it's really very relevant
Yes.
and very wearable.
Right.
And it's it's an extra layer of security.
nowhere else I can see, if like on a marathon.
Oh, very good.
That's interesting, isn't it?
At like a sporting event. The marathon, I'm sure
Yes.
everybody's an individual there. And
Everyone's individual. I'm sure people get injured and have issues, if you will, during a 26-mile run or a
Sure.
triathlon or something. And that'd be very interesting, too. That way, that if they require it, this way they know there's medical information right there.
exactly.
And we're just talking and my wheels are turning.
Yeah.
You spend all day on this. And
yes.
you didn't think of the marathon, see? So it's no, and I'm just thinking about it out loud.
Yeah.
So this is endless. This is endless.
I see it the same way. I really do. And it's really just a matter of how do you get the word out
Right.
and explain it. It's really a simple concept.
Yeah.
And I had said to you earlier, I mean, I didn't invent the QR code, but
Right.
putting this all together
Right.
I just see that it's important.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's absolutely fascinating. So tell people what other, like mine, you programmed mine today.
I did.
So did you want to demonstrate something here today?
I don't know how we can. I would love to
Okay.
do that to show what it looks like. I'm not sure how to do that.
Okay.
Though. We would need a cell phone.
Let's
I
ask
didn't bring my
our
phone.
technology person back here. I said we've never done a product before. This is not what we typically do.
It's a learning curve.
But that's a learning curve. But this is just fascinating. And
Thank you.
when I first heard about this, when you came up, I was there when you won that award, and I'm thinking dementia patient. And my grandmother had dementia. I'm thinking dementia patient is perfect.
Right.
But it's so much.
It's so much more than that.
So much
and
more
it
than
is. It is. We did sponsor last year. We sponsored the Alzheimer's Association walk, one
Right.
of the walks on Long Island, and
Right.
a lot of people came up to the table and were so excited
Right.
to see that this was available.
Right. So it was available when you sponsored?
But it was a different prototype,
Okay.
as we had said.
Right, okay.
This has been a process for me to figure out what works.
Right.
And I did have a few hiccups.
Right.
With the website.
As a startup company, you had hiccups?
Yeah, a little
Really?
bit. A little bit. We
Shocking.
needed technology that worked. I needed the website to
Yes.
work. And I had said to you earlier while
Mm-hmm.
we're setting up scanning.
Yes.
The website is password protected.
Right.
It's secure, and you can upload, power of attorney documentation, healthcare proxy, relevant information that you would want attached to your profile. That will not be scannable through your bracelet, but you can have a note in the description that says, see my wife,
Right.
or see whomever you want.
So let's talk about that, because my background as a financial advisor, and I told everyone have a healthcare proxy and living will and so on. And I'm saying, but it's not always with you.
Right.
And by the way, in addition to that, my father had an abnormal EKG, and he traveled with my mom a lot.
Okay.
He always carried a copy in his wallet of his EKG because if something happened to him,
They needed
and they
it.
saw the abnormal EKG, my mother would say, "Oh, look in his wallet. That's what it's supposed to look like."
Right.
And so that could be on here as well.
Yes.
Anything you can scan, you could put into here.
Yes.
So
well, yeah, it would be you'd notate it on the bracelet.
Correct.
And then they would point them to the website, or whoever could get into the website.
Fair distinction.
Right.
So now now I could be basically wearing adjacent, if you will, my healthcare proxy on my wrist, which is perfect. It's not in the hospital, in Huntington Hospital,
Right.
because now I'm in Florida, I get injured, and they want to know about my healthcare proxy, but it's in Huntington Hospital.
Correct.
Right? It's in my safe deposit
And
box
you
at
can
home.
have that all written there and point them to whoever can get to it.
Hi, I'm Larry. And I'm Ben. We're the father and son team of Leave the Key home buyers, and we want to buy your house.
We specialize in working with seniors who are transitioning out of their homes, and we understand what you were going through.
So if you're considering selling your home and would like an alternative to the traditional overwhelming process, reach out and see how we can help.
Do you have an outdated home?
No need to update anything.
Have a home that needs repairs?
Don't bother with repairs.
Don't want to take everything with you?
Leave whatever you want behind.
Dreading the headaches that come with agents?
Sell your home without paying a commission.
Dreading prying neighbors, attending open houses, and passing judgment on your home?
No need for public showings.
When you sell to us, you'll have all the certainty of closing on your timeline, not someone else's, and there's absolutely no pressure.
Visit leavethekey.com or call us today for a no-obligation offer at 631-388-7771 if you want to sell your home today.
That's brilliant.
Or it can just say, my wife is my healthcare you can have her name, and then whatever else you want regarding how they can find that paperwork.
So now to find the paperwork, so it's password protected, but they can call my wife and my wife would know the password.
She'll know the password.
And she can then give the hospital the password.
Correct.
And they can then get in and see my healthcare proxy,
Well,
my
she would have to
living will.
pull it. I mean, I don't know if she'd want to give
that's
it
my
the password.
question.
Yeah, she would pull the information, or whoever could get in. I mean, you can give it to whoever, give the password to whoever you want. That's up to
Right. If I'm in the hospital somehow, that seems to be secondary.
Yeah.
I'm not sure now what personal information we have in here I wouldn't want a hospital to have.
None. It's really,
Right.
I call it your public personal information because people say, well, that's not safe. No, but we don't want your social security number. We don't want your credit card on there. This is really any information or most information that people could find. We can go online and Google you and find out your family's name. If I wanted to, I could find your address.
Right.
But it's going to give your emergency contact, their phone number, their relationship to you.
Right.
You can put up to 3 contacts.
Right.
You can put your address. I prefer to just put the town. I don't think somebody scanning your bracelet needs to know exactly where you live.
Correct.
They know how to reach your emergency contacts.
I live at 123 Main Street. by the
There
way.
you go. And your phone number is 555-555.
That's it, yes.
It's going to give, it's your picture.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it does have the QR code for you to download and use as you want. It has your medications, if you're on medications, and allergy information.
Right.
But it's up to you what you put in there.
That to me seems so logical. But when you hit the financial advisor part of me, when you talk about healthcare proxy, living will, that being accessible, password protected, it's been on my mind for decades.
Right.
That it's not always the way you need it to be.
Right.
And now it is.
And in the event of an emergency, which nobody plans for an emergency, where is that information?
Right.
Now everybody's scrambling to secure the situation, but where is the information that we need?
Right.
This is pointing everybody in the right direction.
It's given me a whole nother world of marketplaces for you.
Well, I lay awake at night thinking about it, so feel free to call or text me. I'm
it's
awake.
the whole financial universe telling people you need the legal universe, if you will.
Yeah.
When you go to a lawyer and they write your will, they always include power of attorney, healthcare proxy, and so on. And now the attorney can say, by the way, you may want to get one of these and have the power of attorney and the healthcare proxy and the living will
Link to it on your website, on your web profile.
On your web profile. It makes them more comprehensive in the job they're doing. So you have that whole nother legal universe.
Right.
This is endless. This is
I think
endless.
so
And we're
too.
just talking.
Thank you.
I'm talking about this for the first time with you.
Yeah.
And my mind's
It just
flying
keeps,
high.
yeah, the opportunities in my mind are endless. Well, I had shared with you, a neighbor of mine told me, and this was in the beginning
Yes.
of all of this, in my mind at least, she went for a walk in our neighborhood. And when she turned the corner, there was a grown woman laying in the street with no ID. And of course they called 911,
Right.
but no, they didn't call anyone else because they didn't know who to call. So someone was coming home and their wife or mother wasn't home. Right. She was at the hospital, and they're going to do the research to find out who she is. But wouldn't it just be so much easier to call 911 and whoever her emergency contact is to say, we found her and we're sending her to the hospital?
Right. That first story you say with that
the mom
for 6 weeks or 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
I can't imagine. What are you thinking? You're thinking she's dead, not dead. You have no idea.
It's your worst nightmare.
It's your worst
come true,
nightmare.
because you just don't know.
Yeah. So we talked about you trying to do a demonstration.
Yes.
And Ben was able to set that up for us.
Perfect.
So you're sitting with a phone.
I am.
And we're going to be able to show how that you can just use it at your lap and show how you show whatever you want us to show on that phone.
Okay. Can I have your wrist, please?
You can.
Well, nope. Yep. Wear your
there
bracelet.
You
We're going to scan you. And here we'll say, I guess I should be showing you.
There you go.
It shows Larry's profile. It's his picture.
Right.
This is, if you were interested in printing this for yourself on anything, you can just hit the button. It's going to offer you to download it as an SVG or a PNG file.
Okay.
But we're not going to do that right now.
Right.
So this is giving us...
you showed on that, you have the clothing with you.
Yes.
You want to get to that later?
Yes,
okay,
I will do that.
Okay.
And this is basically just giving your information. As I had said, I put you down for Huntington, New York. I put down no allergies, no medications, a little short description about all of about Leave the Key and how awesome you are, and then emergency contact information. And that's basically it. If you had documents attached, we would reference that in the description, the About Me section.
The About Me section.
So it could say healthcare
So if
proxy.
I click on that, could we click on that here or it's not live?
It's not.
Okay.
We would have to sign into the website.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Got it. That's what I want
if
to
you
know.
want, we can sign in to your account. We can do that
Don't
easily.
do that. Don't do that. Let's do that so we can show this works.
Hit the drop down. It's going to say log in.
Right.
I have your information in my head, but you would be able to create your own password.
Right.
I'm going to sign you in. And here's...
Now, do you get a manicure for this, or you always have one?
I always have one. It does offer you to change
the... This looks very good on camera.
Thank you. I did offer you to change your password here.
Because I don't know it since you put it in.
Yeah, I did put it in, right. So we're not going to do that right now.
Yes.
But here's your profile. So if you wanted to edit your profile,
right.
We're going to go to the dashboard. Here's your main profile. It's offering you to edit the profile. And we could go in and change any information that you want to change. So let's say we want to put in now that you take medication. Did you want to? Also, it's offering your healthcare providers, which is optional.
Oh, there you go.
So I do have the names of my doctors in here. Because
and you could put as many in you
can
have.
put whatever you want in here.
I got more than I want to admit.
Yeah, so do I. So we don't want to change. So I'm going to change it now. I have that you don't have any allergies.
Right.
So I'm going to change it. So I had it checked off that you did not have any allergies. So it went to the next option.
Right.
But I'm going to say now you have allergies. So this populates. And I'm going to say that you have a peanut allergy, making it up.
We were peanut allergies when we were kids.
I know. It was not. I had peanut butter and jelly often.
Yes.
It wasn't an issue.
Like every day.
And healthcare providers, I'm just going to say NA because we're not going to go here, but you can list whatever doctors you want and their phone numbers. And then I'm just going to go to the bottom and save this.
This is like filling out a thing when you go to the doctor. They all do it now on iPads.
Correct.
But I'm doing it once.
Right.
And then I can update it as I get a new doctor or change doctors.
Exactly. Or your medication changes or if a condition changes. So now I'm going to go back. So when I scan the bracelet, a little bar populates that tells you to click on the profile.
Oh, there you go.
So now you'll see that it shows that you have a peanut allergy.
Oh, there you go. It's all updated.
Yeah, so it updates very easily. So as I had said, as your medications change, as your life evolves.
Right, and
you
it
can
does.
go here. Of course, everyone does. You can go here and change
That's perfect.
your profile.
That's fascinating.
Same thing for the animals.
I'm impressed you're able to do this on camera.
Yes, very, very, very easy to work with.
But but that was very easy to work with. Even I could have done that.
Of course.
And if I can do it,
and
anyone
you will.
can do it. And I will.
You have a profile now.
That's right.
So you had talked, and I'm actually not going to scan this because it's not a live QR code.
Right.
But I did, especially when I was about to do the Alzheimer's Association.
Right.
Think that some people are annoyed by labels or
Yes.
tags. It happens with me, right? The wrong tag or label
Right.
can make us really frustrated with what
I
we're
have
wearing.
ADHD, and I found that when I was a kid, labels made me crazy and
Sure.
clothes that were too tight. That's part of ADHD. It's a very, I only learned this literally yesterday.
Okay.
Who knew? So all these ADHD kids, of which there's a million of them these days.
Right. No, that's
millions.
a
Yeah.
popular
Yeah.
diagnosis, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah.
But this is a tagless label. It's an iron-on transfer.
Right.
So we can order these for you with your QR code. This is scannable.
Right.
It does work. I've washed this. It still scans. It's just not a live profile, so I'm not
Right.
going to demonstrate it
Right.
online. Yeah, but we can also do them as a small clothing label. It doesn't.
I
I mean,
see.
I did this just for display purposes,
Right.
but it could be a small label as well.
Right. Very interesting. It's this. I got to tell you, I cannot believe this hasn't existed before.
It's here now.
It's here
and,
now.
It's brand new. As I had said, I played with the prototypes.
Right.
These cloth bracelets just became available in December, and we're
Right.
at the beginning of January. So
Right.
I'm starting to post on social media. I'm happy to be here
Yes.
discussing it with you. We need to get the word out.
We will help.
And
we will help.
thank you. And this is it's really brand new.
Okay, and it's all about right now. It's all about marketing for you.
Correct.
It's all about marketing. So those of you who are watching this, pass the word on. This is incredibly important.
Thank you.
This becomes like a public service announcement as
Yes.
far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
This really needs to be out there, and I don't have other questions for you because I'm just so dumbfounded.
But
My
there
mind
are
is
other
reeling.
questions. How do you sign up?
Oh, how do you sign up? Oh, that's a good.
Okay,
I
so
was going to
that's a
ask my basic
really
questions. How
good
do people get in
question.
contact with you?
Okay.
But sign up's probably a better, more appropriate
sign up
question.
is relevant. We have a website, personal-qr.com.
Personal-qr.com.
Right, and it's the sign up is as easy as what we just did on the phone. The cost for the subscription is $4 a month, which is honestly a small price to pay for peace of mind.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
knowing that your loved one is able to find their way home
Right.
if there's an issue
Right.
is priceless.
Right.
And if the subscription is purchased a year in advance, we'll
Right.
adjust the number down.
Right. It's pennies a day.
It is. It really is.
Pennies a day. That's mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
That's going to change you fine on the ground.
Right. It is. It is less than 20 cents a day.
Right. Right. Oh, wow. Okay. So yes, and if you pay in advance for the year, it's even. It's
Right
yes.
now, I'm able to take 2 months off. If you pay
Right.
for the year in advance, you're paying for 10 months.
Wow. Okay. So with that said, when I said no more questions, I was thinking product specific as far as that goes.
No, I know. But I was
because-
thinking, I do get that a lot from people. Where do we sign up? How do we do this?
Of course.
So-
Of course.
And then I'm available always.
Right.
If any questions, I'm here. So if you were trying to sign up and you had a question or a concern or a
Right.
hiccup,
Right.
I'm here to help you through that.
Your baby has flown the coop, so this is your new baby.
It is.
This is your new baby.
It is a new baby.
So, so with that in mind, and the way you treated your first baby, you treat this baby the same way.
Yes.
So, okay, so we know how they sign up. And when they get to the website, then they can get in contact with you through the website.
Correct.
Okay. And so, question: if someone just turning on to the podcast now in these last couple minutes, what's
Are we there already?
Well, we're only there, but we don't only there if you have nothing else to contribute. But I want to
Okay.
ask that question at the moment because my mind is just blown by this. It's just so important,
Thank you.
so obvious, and so simple.
It is.
It's like the trifecta
It
of
is.
products.
I agree 100. Thank
Yeah.
you for saying that because
Yeah.
that's the way that I feel about
Yeah.
this as well. So this is a wearable ID, and we will help found to get home. It's peace of mind.
Yeah. It's peace of mind. So, okay, now you've been informative,
Thank you.
right, all this time. Now I'm going to ask you to change hats.
Okay.
Be a salesperson. You don't need to be a salesperson, do you?
No, I mean,
I
it
don't
really
think so.
speaks for itself. I mean,
It does.
life happens
Right.
to everyone at every age. I mean,
Right.
I'm showing someone with a cognitive deficit, but life happens everywhere, every day. People have emergencies, they have accidents. Again, or they're unable to communicate for themselves. This is almost, it doesn't need a sales pitch. It really
Right.
doesn't because it's so wearable.
Right.
It's so relevant. It's so comfortable.
And it's so
and
inexpensive.
It's so inexpensive that it's
so easy.
yeah.
It's so everything.
Yes.
And so important, as you said.
Yes.
So, and it applies to everybody.
To everyone. I mean, everywhere.
Man, woman, child, and pet.
I just see the opportunities
Yes.
and the necessity. Not even, I don't want to be a salesperson. The opportunities, it would be great.
Right.
I think everyone should have this.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I have a next generation that I'm not prepared to talk about once this gets off the ground. It's just so relevant.
Right.
Sporting events, yes, marathon runners, sports teams, schools, independent living, assisted living, nursing homes.
Right.
And then you talked about cerebral palsy, but, children that are on their spectrum, adults that are on the spectrum. There's just so many people.
Yeah. And then just people who have none of those.
Right. Correct.
Who can just be in a car accident.
Exactly.
Right. Or have a stroke while taking a walk or whatever the case.
It can really be anything. And I said, I mean, when I first started having my parental fears, I'm watching this little peanut run, you know. I shouldn't say peanut. We talked about peanut allergies.
That's right.
My daughter, running into the field, excited to see her friends. And I'm thinking, where are they taking the kids today? And, how will they reach me if they need to? And thank goodness it never came to that. And you never want to have to need emergency contact information, but it's right there in case they do.
Well, I used to sell long-term care insurance. It's one of those policies you paid a lot of money for, but you hope never to use it, right?
Exactly.
Well, like collision on your car.
Right.
You don't want to have to use collision.
And that is what I say to younger people who think they don't need our age, 20s to 50. I don't need that. I don't need that. This is like insurance.
Right.
You hope to never need it. And it is pennies.
Right. It's cheap insurance.
But you hope to never need it.
Right.
But if you do, it is priceless to have that.
Yeah.
Minutes, seconds count in an emergency or even in a lost situation. Seconds count.
And I'm so impressed, I'm being repetitive, but about the idea of keeping documents in the vault, if you will, in the secured area, where it's everywhere now. Everywhere you want it to be, it's with you.
Exactly.
And that, to me, is mind-blowing because I don't know how to do that otherwise. There's sorts of Google Docs and this and that you can do, but this is so much easier.
It's accessible.
This is so much easier.
All information is relevant. Information is accessible. And I have a friend whose dad lives alone in Florida, and he's in his 90s. And they said, all of his important documents are on top of the fridge. I said, okay, who knows that? Who knows that? And you can have that on your bracelet. Look on top of the fridge in an emergency. This is where everything is. But who knows anything unless we tell them? So
Correct.
This points everyone in a direction. My emergency contact information is in my phone.
Right.
Okay, well, I mean, my phone has a lock screen.
That's right.
Does yours.
Mine does.
So now I also see that you can bypass the lock screen for the emergency contact information. But what if there's an accident?
Right.
I mean, I told you that last week or 2 weeks ago, my friend's son, his car rolled over 3 times in the ice. He was upstate. What if that phone flew 900 feet away and broke?
Right.
What if the phone doesn't have a charge? What if the phone is not available?
Right.
So, or what if it is and they can't get in?
Right.
So I had a sticker on the back of my phone. You can even do, you'd want to do you don't want to print that from your house computer.
Right.
But you can do a TF sticker, and that's very durable. You can put it on the back of your phone.
Right.
So even if your phone is found, they'll know where it goes.
Right. Right. Oh, that's true too, because your phone's separate from you sometimes.
And sometimes it's really far away from you. So it's great that you can get to that information on the phone, but if the phone isn't accessible, then it's not anything.
Right. So funny, I'm not a jewelry wearer. I mean, I don't wear a watch. I wear my wedding ring. That's it. And I don't even know this is on.
Yeah, I do forget because I wear it all the time, but I change I have every color. So I try to match what I'm wearing. And I forget. I'll be like, am I wearing one today? I forget.
Right. Funny you said I wear blue, so you brought me a blue
I brought you
in.
blue. Every time I see you, you're in blue.
That's our company color,
Bruce has a blue one too.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
But we can do any color. They're custom. The bracelets are custom made. And then also my logo. The logo's on the other side. So if you don't want it to say PQR, you can just flip it over. And you can play with the tag and you could just flip the whole thing over.
But if I flipped it over, would somebody know to do something with it?
Well, no, you can turn the tag.
Oh, I see.
You have this on the end.
I see. The band is turned over,
the bands
but not
can be turned over.
Got it.
But the QR code. But yeah, I mean, I would hope to think that again, as it becomes a household name.
Right. And it still is it still has the cross on it. It still looks.
Absolutely.
Someone looking for it would know this is medical.
Correct.
Think it's medical. But yet it doesn't look, it's not an attractive band.
Right.
So that's interesting.
I think so too.
There you go. Because you can see, and the metal ones looked so
It's medical. I told you that for
Yeah.
a brief time I had to wear one of those.
Yes.
Due to a situation. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I was young enough that I felt that it was, now people know my medical information.
Right.
I didn't want that on my wrist. So I tried to get one that was a little bit more fashionable, but I took that off as soon as I felt like I didn't need it anymore.
Right. But you don't have to worry about this. I got to tell you, I'm going to do what I can to get the word out because
Thank you.
this to me, as I said, this seems like a public service announcement more than just a
appreciate
regular
that.
podcast. I've never, ever said that before. I say a lot of things multiple times, but I've never said that one.
Well,
And,
thank you. Then I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, absolutely. This is important. This is important on so many levels. So, but what have I missed? What have I missed? What questions should I have asked you and I haven't asked you?
I can't think of anything right now. I mean, I think we pretty much touched on
We
everything.
covered
I
it.
can give you more
Right.
horrible true stories about situations that I've heard
Yeah.
during the development. It's been
Right.
an amazing journey
Right.
building this from here. I mean, I can
Right.
tell you every step if you want to hear
Yeah.
it. It started as what I thought was going to be something that you attached to your phone. And I
Okay.
sat with one of my friends who's been going through this with me. She's
Right.
a good friend. And we went to breakfast and I said to her, couldn't sleep last night and I thought of something, but maybe it's not good. And I told her and she sat there and listened and she said, you thought of that last night? And I said, yeah. She's like, it's amazing. And I said, it is. And then it went from that to here.
Right.
But it's been different prototypes and
Right.
and playing around with how this works. And I have an amazing team in California that built my website.
Right.
And they're managing it for me. And it's been a great
Right.
journey. I'm looking forward to see where it goes.
It's funny. I can see you talk about so there's nothing. Well, we're not a fan of attaching the QR code to your phone because, as we said, the phone isn't always next to you.
Correct.
But there are people who may object to wearing something.
Correct.
Better it should be on their phone. Do you make one of these that goes on the phone?
It would just be a DTF. It would be a sticker that
okay.
I can have them printed for you.
Got
I
it.
have a company that I use,
Got
or
it.
you can do that
Right.
on your
That's
own.
right. You know, okay.
My daughter was home for the winter break,
Right.
and she said, "Well, you should do, So two people have suggested a long lanyard,
Right.
because some people might not want it on
Correct.
their wrist. They can wear a lanyard. The kids suggested to me that I do like a key ring.
Mm-hmm.
So they have it on their key ring. I don't necessarily agree with that because
Right.
you don't always, I don't have my keys on me right
Right.
now, but they do carry these long key
Yeah.
rings with lots of
Yes.
stuff on them.
I don't get
So
that.
that's something that I'm working on.
And so if I want to take this and put it on my wrist and on my phone, it's still the same $4 because
it's the same QR code. You can,
same QR code, right?
You can use it as many times as you want.
Right.
You are
Right.
You are paying for that. Profile is yours.
Right.
You can change the picture whenever you want. You can change the information. You
Right.
can print it. You can do
And
whatever you
so I
want.
can have
with
as many of these I can have this QR code repeated as many times as I want
Yes,
in different parts of my
that's correct.
aura,
Yes,
if you will.
if you wanted to
Right.
have a
Right.
label on every shirt, you can
Right.
just print as many labels as you want, or have them printed.
Interesting. So I know the kids, like with my grandkids, like on their water bottles in school.
I have one on a water bottle. I
Yeah.
have a DTF sticker on
Yeah.
a water bottle that goes in the dishwasher. Eventually,
Yeah.
I'm sure that will break down.
Right.
But I play with everything. And
Right.
I love the labels for the insides of the kids' shoes as well. The
Yes.
kids maybe don't want to wear a bracelet,
Right.
but they can have an identification somewhere.
My
else.
granddaughter could not wear a bracelet. She would take it off.
Okay,
So you put something on her.
Right.
Like I said, whether it's that or
Right.
attached to her shoe or something.
Correct.
It's interesting the fact that so you can duplicate this QR code as many
But
times.
that's why it's a subscription, because
Right.
you can get the bracelet from me. But
Right.
again, some people don't want a bracelet. You
Right.
can do whatever you want
Right.
with it.
Even more interesting. I hadn't
And you can
realized
put that on your car if you want.
That's it. But it has to leave. So people are going to scan. What is that? But I have to get one that says, leave the key home buyers.
Yes.
Leave the key home buyers. So if you want to sell your home, sell it to us with cash buyers. I feel, what the heck? So if I can promote you or you, I can promote me. So okay. This is great. And I love I've been an entrepreneur for 45 years. So I love talking to a budding entrepreneur in
Thank
this
you.
case. It's like, I wish I thought about it. So I could still make millions and millions of dollars on this. You will too. You just got to get this out there.
From your lips to anyone's ears.
To
From
everyone's ears.
everyone's ears,
To
yes.
everyone's ears.
Yes.
So-
It's really, really relevant. It really, really is. And again, it is like insurance. You don't need it until you need it.
Right.
But when you need it, you're
Right.
grateful to have it.
And what's interesting, if technology changes, and even if something usurps this, you've had it from now until then.
Right.
It's not like you're doing something permanent. Not like I'm tattooing it on my shoulder.
At all.
And I'll always have it. This, as long as if something comes out better, hopefully by you, so I don't pay the $4 anymore.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, you're not tied to a contract.
That's
it's
right.
Not, there's nothing like
it's
that.
so logical. So this is the best thing we have today.
Right.
It may be the best thing we ever have, but it's technology. That's unlikely. But but you'll be the next best thing to beat your own best thing.
That works for me.
Yeah.
There is no battery. I don't know if we talked about that.
Oh, we
yet.
didn't talk about that.
You know, because I do get that question from people that say, "Oh, it's like my AirTag." No, the AirTag or other GPS devices are just that. This is not a locator.
Right.
There's no battery here.
Right.
So I don't know if people realize sometimes with those devices, you make the initial purchase and it's great. It's great because if you lose something, it's going to help you locate it. But if that battery dies, you have to replace the entire device.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if people realize
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Also, on a locator helps you find them.
Correct.
Where this helps them find you.
Correct.
So, and it's a very different product.
Correct.
It's a very different.
It helps the finders find home. That's why I say it's how found gets home.
How found gets home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so don't mix those two up. They're really very different.
It is not a locator. There's no battery though. So as far as a technology standpoint, yes, might something come along that's more advanced? Absolutely. But this, you don't have to worry about anything here.
Yeah.
And when the band wears out, because eventually it will, if you're wearing it every day for a year, we'll just replace the band. It's relatively inexpensive.
Right. Very interesting. So do I pay? So for me to start this, what is the cost to start it?
It's the bracelet is $5 engraved.
Right, $5 big.
Yeah, $5 engraved, and
then the monthly fee. Right,
and then the monthly fee.
That's unbelievable. So $5 you get started, and
correct.
And pennies a day to no brainer to me.
Yeah, I think
no brainer, and mine was free, so it's even better. But now I got to pay you $4 a month.
Yes,
there you go.
No,
there you go. So. I got to tell a real pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
You went over that already?
Yeah.
Yes. So this was great. I feel like it's QVC because we have a little display going on over here and whatnot.
You.
And this is wonderful. I thank you. I thank you very much to everyone who's watching.
I really appreciate you having me here.
You got
it was
it.
Really amazing speaking with you
and
today.
Everyone should take this seriously.
I hope so.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Unlocking Senior Resources podcast by Leave the Key. If you've enjoyed this episode or found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast. We specialize in working with seniors who are transitioning out of their homes, and we understand what you are going through. So if you are considering selling your home and would like an alternative to the traditional overwhelming process, reach out to see how we can help. When working with us, you can sell your home in its current condition, there is no need to remove unwanted items, and you control when the house is sold, along with so many other advantages. Visit leavethekey.com or call us at 631-388-7771 to learn more about our senior home buying process.